Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Well, without you guys, I'd probably go crazy here working in the shop. You guys have been helping the day go by a lot quicker. We're still working on these cabinets, and 30. Wait, listen. The money that these guys are getting, $37 million. I want you guys to think about it. Over 4 years. Do you really think Golden Tate is going to be able to play productively for 4 years? 4 years, $37 million. Now keep in mind the Giants, and I hope the stinking Giant fan doesn't jump off a cliff because the fact that they have dead money for Odell. This is how screwed up the New York stinking Giants are. They have $33 million in dead money. And now you're paying this guy $9 million a year. So understand the Giants have $42 million tied up between dead money and Golden Tate. And you can add another 20 for Odell. So you can look at basically say the Giants right now have two guys and dead money for $60 million. Wow. Here's the thing. Golden Tate is like last year's Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins last year, the Cowboys talked to him. He wanted 16. The Cowboys said thanks, but no thanks. And thank God they didn't. Because you're talking about us. But look, as bad as it is that we're talking about having to pay Dak or pay DeMarcus Lawrence and things like that, I tell you what, you go ahead and pay DeMarcus Lawrence right now. Right now. You get that deal done immediately because the reality is when you see Earl Thomas, look, $23 million guaranteed to Golden Tate. To Golden Tate. Pay DeMarcus Lawrence. Get this thing done. Almost 14 for Earl Thomas on the tail end of it. Listen, I'll take a risk on DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, $84 million for Landon Collins. These are all moves that right now the teams are excited about. But these, in 2 years, these guys are all going to be cut. This is Eric Berry. They had the huge deal for him. What happened? He's cut and leaving dead money. You need to go ahead and take care of DeMarcus Lawrence because the amount of money that some of these people are getting. Nick Foles.
Does this one go at the top?
That one goes right down at the bottom.
This one goes at the bottom?
That goes at the bottom. These two are the same size, right?
This one's the one.
Yeah. Right, so this one will go here, and this one will go over there. Yes, and Michael Anthony is working. Yes. That's what an apprentice does. Because I don't have to say, you're fired.
Which I feel is my home was a great opportunity for me to reunite with the Eagles and obviously been keeping my eye on them the past couple of years.
Why you always give me? Why is it?
Great things here.
Listen,
seeing the Super Bowl.
I'm a nice guy. I look out for my fellow man. I don't hurt anybody. Seriously. Why? Okay, listen. I work hard every day to try and beat. You're at work watching a live chat on your new phone. Well, thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate it. I wondered what happened to you because I hadn't seen you all day. But I don't understand why everybody gives me so much hate. I try and help entertain you. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Right?
Worth $37.5 million, $23 million fully guaranteed, which is a
Sometimes the best move is no move at all. If you think that if you think getting Golden Tate is a great move for $37 million, I'm sorry. Okay, I mean, I'll be honest, they might have been better off keeping Odell. You're still paying for him for this year. So listen, so between Odell and Golden Tate, they've got about $28 million set up aside for wide receiver. And you got Golden Tate. How does that make any? Jordy Nelson just got released.
Is Jordy Nelson, however?
Jordy
How
Nelson?
about that?
It's coming about 5 minutes ago.
Jordy Nelson released now.
Jordy Nelson is out in Oakland. That's right, Andy.
Well, of course, because they got Anthony. You know,
Been released by the Raiders.
Sue is still out there. He is supposed to have visited New Orleans. Don't know how that went.
$1 million deal.
Again, it depends on the number. Okay.
It's the number too high.
A lot of people don't like.
Productive player
Damn.
in the NFL, 72 career touchdowns.
I'm having a brain fart. We've done. There's been so much stuff going on here. I'm having a brain fog. Christian, and they'll say, "Oh, that's just a camp out." You know, okay. Listen, I like the size.
Tight ends a camp out.
Well, okay, that may be, but he you never know. He's a former basketball player. Rico. We should get that. No, stop with the Dez. You're gonna say get Romo next too, right?
Des Bryant's still hurt.
He ruptured his Achilles tendon in the middle of the year. He's not gonna be healthy anytime soon. Well, Stephanie, there is a method to the madness. Is don't get yourself in cap hell. And they realize we're better off holding on to the guys that we know because we know the strengths and weaknesses than going out and paying a boatload to those guys. Because here's the thing. If you spend 14, 15, or 10 million a year on a Golden Tate, then that means you have to sacrifice them someplace else. And I'm not sure getting a Golden Tate, that ain't helping you. Romo isn't going to be a coach either.
Romo is happy with what he's doing.
Why would you take no guarantee to be a coach when you got a cushy job where you can go out and play golf and Byron Nelson and everything else? Listen, he got an off season.
And he had 2 weeks off.
You've got an off season and everything else. You go through. Everybody loves you. You come in here and deal with you guys? Shit. You got. I'm sorry. Some of you fans out there, if you are actually fans, y'all are assholes. And I wouldn't want to have to take this shit. Listen, I love my Cowboys. I love them to death. I come in here every single day talking about my Cowboys. What's that?
No, Houston's still out there.
Yeah, Justin Houston's still out there. I'm hoping we can kick the tires then. But I get so much crap, and I'm not even out there playing. Cap money is going down. Well, a lot of teams' cap money is going down, but actually, we can get money. Don't think that we're broke. Don't think that we're broke now. We can do things, and they're being wise about it because after New York spends $10 million a year on a Golden Tate, as other teams are spending boatloads, like the Redskins are spending 14 million on Collins and things like that. You let them go because that money's drying up, and there's still players that are out there. There's going to be more players that will be released later on, and so that's where you have an opportunity to really help yourself, help your team. F the haters. But you know what? Haters make the world go around too.
And that's what I feel off of. That's what any athlete, any good athlete anyway, feels off of. So there are a lot of things that I know I can get better at.
Doesn't seem like I'm ever going to finish all these damn cabinets. Well, Justin Houston would be for the right amount of money now. Let's be clear. Now, Jordy Nelson, I'm not sure how much he has in the tank.
What does that provide for you now heading into this season?
Like I said, I love my role is bigger. That role
Bring back Roger Staubach. He'd only cost $100,000.
I'll just go back in.
Not understanding that my role is increased still, and they need my
past his
presence
prime.
and they need my leadership.
I don't care if we're spending money on bad players. I'm focused on the Cowboys. Well, no. The reason why I talk about him is because that was another one of those players we were looking at. Okay, the Cowboys inquired. They were kicking the tires on him, signing out how much he wanted, and decided, nah, we're good. And so now you got Jordy Nelson being released. Jordy Nelson would be interesting. I can't remember what his stats were last year, but nobody did great in Oakland last year. So Bring back Tom Landry. Are we talking Pet Cemetery?
And Rocky Balboa is a Philadelphia sports icon. I don't even know how to describe
I mean,
it.
Nick Foles, I'm sorry, $88 million?
So years I'll ever set in, but it's truly an honor to be, described.
On Smith? No news on Smith.
You said that as soon as you became a free agent, the Jags were at the top of your list of destination places.
Right, and that's what I say. Golden Tate looked like, he had a great hit on Sean Lee when he was with Seattle. He didn't do too bad in Detroit, but you don't look at that guy. You don't look at him and say 4-year deal. 4 year. If you're Eli Manning, you go from having Odell Beckham to Golden Tate, and you look at the team and you're looking like they're trying to kill me. They literally are just trying to kill me, aren't they?
So now that you're here, you are
No Dak Prescott. We still have Dak haters? Okay.
What's your personal
I guess they will never go away.
on dealing with those? I think the big thing is just be who I am. I mean, I don't need to change because of all this. I'm going to be who I am. And what that is this is the greatest team sport.
I'm going to be Nick Foles, a.k.a. Napoleon Dynamite.
And build those
Yeah, but he's getting
relationships.
paid.
Because
Yeah, he's getting
ultimately,
paid.
Yeah, he don't care. He getting paid.
So is Alex Smith. So is Kirk Cousins.
I step in that huddle and, those guys
Well,
don't care about.
I tell
them,
you
they
what.
care about me.
I was sad that we didn't sign
Come here and really
somebody whose names will no longer come off my lips.
Are you talking about Baltimore?
His name shall no longer come off of my lips.
Oh, that guy,
Okay.
that guy in Baltimore.
That he toyed with my emotions.
That guy in
I'm
Baltimore.
done with him. He wasn't all that to begin with.
Leonard Fournette is still there, Jalen Ramsey is still there, but there's been a lot of turnover. A lot.
We won't talk about him. I wanted him on my team, yes. But I'm glad that we haven't dived into the deep end of any of these free agents.
That's because he wants too much money. That's why. He did that.
Yeah. Now that the money is drying up, now that the musical chairs have been falling, now is when the real work begins. I'm happy about my man, Christian. He's a big body in the middle to add to the rotation, and I feel like Rod Martinelli gets the most out of guys that you don't think anything of. And all these people are saying, oh, man, he's a bum. Think about what you guys said when we ended up signing David Irving. Now, granted, he's starting his own weed strand right now, but
He is a bum. What are you talking about?
but he was pretty good there. But when he played, he got sacked, and he didn't call. Listen. He didn't make jack crap from the Cowboys.
Of course he did.
Okay. I'll put it this way. He ended up having
Gregory
7, 5, 11, probably about 14 or 15 sacks, and he only made $3 million out of us, if that much. I'll take that. $3 million, we got 15 sacks out of a guy that nobody, when we signed, anybody thought anything about him. So I'll take that. So we're okay from that standpoint. And we've found other guys that have been productive late around. And Antoine Woods is a great example. Started out as fourth string. And ended up playing valuable time for us. I'm not worried. I'm good. C.J. Anderson is a possibility, yeah. And Frank, he may end. I'm not going to put it out there. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy that's going to wish him to get injured. You say you are? Is that what you just said? Oh, okay.
I didn't wish Alex Smith injury on him.
I wouldn't wish that injury on anybody either. That was ooh.
Tennessee,
That was nasty.
I mean, you know what it's like.
I know what that's
I'm
like.
talking about with the affection.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to wear this thing now because my knee is crooked. The bones are grinding into bones. So no, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Who's the guy that plays for the quarterback for Atlanta? I think it's on. Because the quarterback for Atlanta has one too. Has a knee brace.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of them do because they get fucked up.
I mean, and people are going to talk and say, oh, well, they gave up this many points.
And they're younger than you.
Understandably so, but a lot of those points are going because you're offensive.
Yeah, okay. They're wearing it so they can continue to play football. I'm wearing it so I can continue to
I'm
walk.
just saying though that they're dealing with that kind of stuff younger than the
This
life.
defense still has the pieces. You gotta get those
That's
guys
what I'm
together.
saying.
Like Steve said, leadership. You need great leadership in the
Breaking
locker room
legs.
throughout all those personalities. So they can go out there and make the play. The year they went to the AFC Championship game, you had Paul Puzlesky, who was a defensive leader, who kept everything together. You had Mercedes Lewis, who was an offensive leader, kept everything together. You gotta find guys to do that and invest in those guys. That's why early on, I thought Frank Gore was a great candidate to go to Jacksonville because of the way he leads in the locker room.
Like you did, like a.
Well, I mean, it's Bruce Arians and that staff that they've got there. I mean, they've got some explosive players. Losing Deshaun Jackson,
I thought that's what you
they
want
got to
to do.
take some teeth out of it. They're in a
That's not what I
division,
meant to do.
much like the AFC South. Carolina, we don't know what we're going to
Sorry,
get.
guys.
Falcons should be much better.
Still working.
Saints, they're loaded. But I just like the fact that Bruce Arians is going to let Jameis Winston. He put a lot on Jameis Winston.
Did I
He
grab
told
the
me,
wrong ones?
recently at the combine, he expects an all-pro year out of Jameis Winston. All-pro year. So they're going to try to cover here.
Oh, wait. We had.
Deshaun Jackson's had around, but I just think they got some
All the ones are
talent
over
there.
here.
And you get defensive tackles, fixing things on this defense. They've
Go
got
back
an
there.
opportunity. It's going to be tough. But when I look at the rest of the NFC, I don't see any of these teams going from the bottom to the top.
Those equal?
We just looked last year at
I
the
mean, this is
Chicago
this
Bears,
is
the
flesh
team
right
that
here.
got coached. They had a young quarterback. They got some weapons around him in free agency trades in the offseason. And look what they did. They went on a heck of a run in 2018.
It's okay.
They did have Khalil Mack as well. Well, the Jets, we're going to be talking about them. They got C.J. Mosley. They got that guy right there. Le'Veon
This is
Bell,
where
all of that change,
fans'
that
hopes
division.
Go through the roof.
New York Jets.
We got this, man. We're great.
I mean, they're not going to do anything with Le'Veon Bell. I
The
mean,
Alliance is a dream come true.
the one thing they just said about Le'Veon Bell is that he has one less year on of wear and tear. That's the one thing you can say. There's one less year of wear and tear, and that's it.
Taxation? Of course you don't. Because you
Yeah, I'm
didn't.
down
Your
with
job
it.
isn't
I'm
doing
with it.
hard work. It's making them do hard
Okay.
work. And getting paid for it.
Snap and sort your expenses to save over $4,600 at tax time. QuickBooks, backing you. We're more than just medium one-topping pizzas for $5 each. Or $5 bone-out wings, $5 garlic knots, $5 desserts. We're all this, just $5 each. Call, click, carry out, or delivery. The $5 lineup, because no one outweighs the hut.
Try, pick this down. People have been left
Okay,
to wonder
this
what
one-
ingredients are in their
Oh, you
beer.
gotta drill a
I
hole
shall
for
put
this.
an ingredients label on every case.
Pocket hole.
Bud Light.
It was really great. Did you get that?
Oh,
And
that's
then we
supposed to
can
be
get
lighting
all
right
these
now.
new pocket holes.
No points
Okay,
in
so
preservatives.
Michael's working on pocket holes there. Hello, everybody. Mark Holmes here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in the workshop.
Programs to transform your mind and body.
Who's always finding you when you're watching me? Is that your wife? You're watching that guy again? Super Bowl for Cowboys this season. Mark Holmes built like a Teddy Graham. What is Teddy Graham? I don't know what that one is. What is Teddy Graham, Mike? Is that like a teddy bear? They're trying to say I'm chubby? Okay. She's always finding me when I'm watching you. Definitely the boys take the East again. C.J. Anderson, you're right, Stephanie. I think he'd be good. Heath is a backup. Giants are just trying to save money and fill holes. Yes, Heath is good player, but needs to be a bit better. Even without a big pickups, I believe. You know, we didn't have that many holes to begin with. You're a snack, Teddy Graham. Don't understand. Look, Dez is done, guys. Eric Berry is being checked out. The Cowboys are basically checking him out physically to see what kind of shape that is. That's a cookie. Oh, okay, I get it. So you're trying to say I'm a cookie? Like I'm fat like a cookie or I'm delicious like a cookie? I don't understand that, Hector, and I'm not sure I feel comfortable with you really checking me out like that. Hope Berry, well, I get honey flavored. Okay. Honey flavored.
7090147. That's 1-800.
Sweet she means. Okay. All right. I thought Hector was saying I was like Teddy Graham. I was kind of like, okay. Well, let's think about this now. When we look at our division, who would you say has the best wide receiver?
Steelers failed to finalize
I got with Odell gone. You got to look and say, I think we do in Amari Cooper. Am I wrong on that? Is there a wide receiver in our division that's better than Amari Cooper? I don't think there is.
The trade deadline came and went.
Quarterback-wise.
And Le'Veon Bell did not show up.
Carson went and Dak Prescott. Jury's out on who's better. Dak has better numbers and stayed on the field. So who has the best quarterback in the division? I could say the Cowboys. Offensive line. Offensive line, I don't think the Redskins have it. I don't think the Giants have it. You could argue and say the Eagles, if our team is healthy, you could say we got the best offensive line. All right. How about running back? I think we got the best running back, although some people might say that Barkley might be. I guess, in worst case, I say it's a draw. Right?
Their quarterback, who has a rookie, showed so much promise.
Tight end, I will take, what's his name from Philadelphia?
And CJ Mosley, Kim were both in the building today.
They're all in the building. Contracts, everything.
On offense, you got to look and say that the Cowboys, am I crazy? Somebody tell me if I'm crazy. From a personnel standpoint, all 11 guys, who has the best offense in the NFC East? I mean, I know the Eagles had better numbers last year, but we had a lot of pieces that weren't there all year long. And if you looked at how we played the second half, on paper, I got to be honest, well, I'm a homer. I think the Cowboys have actually the best offense in our division. Defense-wise, it ain't the Redskins. It ain't the Giants. Eagles, we were a lot better last year than Eagles.
And the Jets are also thrilled to have
Well, I did one clip. I know. I don't do a lot of film breakdown stuff. I use just one play. And I'll be honest with you. Every time I do something, an NFL clip, I get busted on it. I don't know how Law and Vosh and all those guys.
The question I have to ask is it monetized?
I don't know.
Because if it's not monetized, then you can get away with it all day long. It's all about the monetization. It's the part.
If you got Sue in Houston, I wouldn't worry about safety because nobody would be able to get past that front line. Eagles have better receivers? Do you think so?
Maybe last year they did.
yesterday where they said goodbye to Beckham.
Not this
Okay.
year. Maybe last year.
Like I said, you can look at that. It's a two-horse race. Without a doubt, it's us and the Eagles. Right, there you go. Mike Bolt, there you go. We have the best team in the division, even without the other signing. I have to, and you gotta agree. I gotta agree with that. On paper, even though we haven't signed anybody, well, we got Covington. We are still better off than those other teams. So that's where we are.
Defense, which does need to be rebuilt, but you know, in terms of
Oh,
a
that's smart.
feel-good
Don't
Giant
say that
story
part
and
yet.
how the
I know,
fans
so
All
feel
this is
right
actually going to be
now,
covered because this is where the oven goes
it
in.
seems like that plan
And
is
so,
a long way from actually paying
that
off
one goes
in
on the end
successful
down there.
seasons.
And I
This one
understand
goes
sarcasm,
there.
the snark,
And these two go at the top.
phone calls,
Go-
maybe
this
in
one
New
goes
York,
here.
are louder than.
Michael, my apprentice. Sean Payton to the Cowboys could happen, but you know he did have 3 years with 7 and 9. You still have to have the horses. One thing listen. That's the one thing you can say that the Cowboys have done. They haven't done a lot of things right, but drafting they've done pretty good. They have found more talent than anybody else.
So these two go at the top.
I don't. No, I don't. Actually, I don't. I think Dez. I'm sorry. Is a distraction. If you brought Dez back,
Dez is done.
I'm sorry. It's a distraction. Dez isn't going to want to be second fiddle.
Dez is done.
Okay? And Dez, no, listen, this team's personality is coming together. Okay? Right now, this group is a family. They are working together. They are playing for each other. There was just too much damage between Dez and the rest of the team. And Dez, I'm sorry, is past his prime. Way past.
Well,
Man, I'm listening to the interview. I can't believe, what interview are you listening to?
Defense, the draft choices. I think the first pick is up in the air. I think they're going to sit there, go through the spring, and make a decision like they did this year. They're going to take the best player available. If it's a quarterback, then they'll take it. If it's not,
I'm
they're
listening.
gonna
Which
draft a
one?
quarterback maybe in a later position.
I'm listening to the interview, man. I can't believe that. And looking back, Jason said go to Mexico. I don't understand that comment from you. I mean, I don't. Somebody sent me a message. I'm trying to understand, but I don't understand it. But no. Dez is done. Listen, Dez has too many drops. Dez is too old. Dez can't stay healthy. No. The water is gone. It's done. It's over with. Okay? Can you put it deeper?
We didn't know what was going on. We never saw the plan, right? And so I think that's what's.
The Giants don't have a plan. The Giants' plan is to implode.
We don't want to tell everyone what we're trying to do, but you want to communicate to your teammates and your coaches.
Giants are done.
Okay,
listen. You do have an. Oh my God. 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 Listen, Michael Gallup will develop. Michael Gallup had 33 catches, 507 yards, 15.4 yards per reception, okay? Didn't have the dropsies that a lot of people had on this team before, like Dez. He can go deep. I'm telling you. I envision so many things from a 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver set, guys. Oh, my God. Because it's a pick your poison. Okay. You are defensive coordinator, okay? You got Tyron Smith. You got Zach Martin. You got Travis Frederick. You got Connor Williams. You got Lyle Collins. You got Blake Jarwin. You got Jason Witten. You have Amari Cooper. You have Michael Gallup. You got Dak Prescott. You got Zeke Elliott in the backfield. What do you do? What do you do as a defensive coordinator? What is your plan? Because you look at that and you say, that's a run formation. They got 7 men on the line, right? Right? You got Zeke Elliott. It's a jumbo package. We need to put 8 men on the box, right? Right? Do you now? Play action, something we didn't run enough of last year. We ran it about 20% of the time when the NFL average is about 27. Some teams ran it almost 30. Oh, but is it a run play, Blue? How about this? How about you fake the dive?
Does it ever shut up?
Fake the dive. Have Dak Prescott, who is deadly, rolling out on the move. Rolling out. You got 8 men in the box right now, which means you got a single guy over here on Amari Cooper, a single guy here on Michael Gallup. You go up and go deep. Both go routes. You get Witten, shallow route. You get Blake Jarwin, a little bit deeper. How you stop it? How you stop it? You're the quarterback. You can change it from run. If they decide to have a single high safety, then you go ahead and run the dive. You got a jumbo package. You've got the advantage to run the ball. They put the safety in, 8 men in the box, go routes. I'll take single coverage on Amari and Gallup all day long throwing deep. So where is it that you have to have a lights out third receiver? Alan Hearns is not a bad receiver. Alan Hearns actually started to come on as the season went on. He still ended up with 20 receptions, 300 yards, 14.8 yards average. And then you got Austin. You can put him as a kick returner. You can run him in the slot in there when you go 4 wides and things like that. He's not a bad 4th wide receiver. And as much as everybody talks about Jason Witten is old and he's slow, listen, I just need him to be a possession guy. If it's a blitz, let me dump it off to him for 6 or 7 yards instead of taking a sack. Those are some of the things that you can do with this offense. But see, you've got a Cadillac in Amari Cooper. He's not an Austin Cooper. He's a Cadillac. You got Michael Gallup, who's a stallion. He can gallop on down the field. You sound like John Madden. Boom! No, I'm serious, though. That's what I can see. If I'm the offensive coordinator, that's a nightmare if you're a defensive coordinator. Because who do you stop? You only have 11 guys. Well, can we get 2 extra guys to stop this offense? You got Noah Brown and you got Cedric Wilson. Both, 2 other guys that you may develop. Guys aren't guys until they get an opportunity to play. He didn't have a chance because you had Cole Beasley and stuff. You never know what a guy's going to be. And it's funny because we have so many people that people have been saying, get rid of him. If like Vosh says, if it were up to about 80% of you guys, the Dallas Cowboys wouldn't be able to field the team because everybody you say is get rid of him. Why is Xavier Woods unhappy? Because basically everybody's saying you need a safety. It's like, hey, I'm right here. I'm here. Hello. I got 2 interceptions last year in my first year starting. Hello. Hey, I'm a safety. Xavier lays the wood. That's why he's unhappy.
To the people in Denver that they have their quarterback.
Would you be happy if at your job? I don't know what you do at your job. If they were bringing people talking, look, Michael, would you be happy if I was talking about bringing Ramon over here to help out with the cabinets?
Against the Blitz.
You wouldn't be happy if somebody was talking.
I've been there, done that with that.
Right? Would you? You wouldn't be happy. It's like, wait a minute, hold it. Wait, I'm here putting in work. I led the team in interceptions last year. Granted, it was only 2, but I did lead the team in interceptions last year. I didn't give up big plays. Our defense did well, and you're out looking for somebody else? I'd be mad too. In fact, I'd be upset if he wasn't mad about that. You know what I hope he does? I hope he goes out there and takes it out on the other teams and says, you know what? I'm going to prove myself to you guys. You don't believe in me? Let me go ahead and show you how good I'm going to be, and then I'm going to get a fat-ass contract like Earl Thomas to play for somebody else. That's what I hope he does.
To take a quarterback with intent.
He better not go play for
And
someone
I
else.
believe, in my
Yeah, you heard. See, now you're trying to start some stuff, man. See, Cowboys Crunk is messing with you now, man.
You better not because you don't have anybody else.
What?
When it comes to safety.
Oh, Xavier Woods? No, Cowboys Crunk saying that I'm going to fire you and hire the Giants fan.
Possibility of it is there, but the other aspect of it is they don't have another quarterback on their roster,
No.
Andrew.
That's not going to happen. It's kind of hard to fire your son.
Maybe AJ McCarron.
You don't like Heath as much. Okay. Kevin Durant. Okay. Eric Berry. Only if you got to at least look at Eric Berry. You know, you really got to look at him because of the injury things.
Improved.
AJ McCarron.
He improved, but he's still.
I'm not saying it's every day on safety, but he improved.
Give Rico some.
He improved.
Eric Berry, if he's healthy, is damn good.
Free agency frenzy on NFL Network coming up live in May.
Wondered if Switzer was a free agent. Okay.
Head back to the Vikings. He will tell you the story. His own words next.
We should have kept Switzer. Giants fan would be making a crooked ass cat.
No.
You're right about that. He would be.
No. No.
Jordy Nelson, yeah, we know. How do you feel about Jordy? Jordy's old. I don't know if Switzer's available.
No, I think he's still with.
I think he's still with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's with the Steelers. He actually had a good season with the Steelers last year.
Oh, I think if it was Eric Berry, it would be like a 1-year proven type of a deal. It's not long term for him at all. No.
I think of Rocket Mortgage. They create great shields. It protects your
Um,
while you find a new home.
Here's the thing. They're going to draft somebody. What they're trying to do is They've looked at all the areas of needs and they looked at it and said, which ones can we fill for the best price wise right now? And that'll dictate what we do in the draft. If we don't end up finding a safety now, then safety will be our priority. If you do find somebody who's serviceable and you find another defensive lineman, then you can go in and say, what's the best player available? And it could be a wide, for all you know, it could be another wide receiver. It could be a running back. But you want to be able to go in there and say, what's the best player that can help my team?
Mine, all mine. The woot woot. The brain.
Deshaun Jackson, he's a one-trick pony. Can't block, and he is only a deep threat. But he's getting up there in age, and that's, again, one of those high contracts. He spent a whole lot of money.
Quite contagious. That's a new one. The Hyundai's
Humphreys is playmaking slot receivers. We also need to draft another linebacker. I can hold off on a linebacker. I think we got other pressing issues.
Hurry, I bet ends soon.
This is a large 3-topping pizza from Domino's. You can carry one out for $7.99 every day. This is a 3-topping.
Well, thank you very much. My head looks like a balled up sandwich bag. Appreciate it.
One out for $7.99 every day. This is a
Hello there.
Domino's, and this is the
How you doing?
Domino's.
All right, so that's where we are, guys. You're pissed. Why are you pissed? Safety at 58 and Jalen Hurt. Okay. Jackson will burn safeties if he has a quarterback that's still upright and there's no pass rush. You have to have enough time to go downfield. Mike Bolt, I couldn't tell you if there's any truth to Sean Payton. All I know is Teddy Bridgewater kind of said, you know what? I might want to consider getting out because I don't think he's coming back. So they believe the rumors. So that's where they are. The Cowboys would have to get rid of Jason Garrett, and the Saints would have to get rid of Sean Payton. So who knows? Dizzy, I'm okay with people being taken for the kind of money they're taking. I don't want none of that. Because you go through and you start paying guys like Golden Tate $9 million a year. You go through and start paying Collins or Earl Thomas $13-14 million. You can't pay Zeke Elliott. You can't pay Amari Cooper. You can't pay Dak.
Minnesota, a 5-year contract, 67
So, all right, guys.
$33,
We're going to let this stuff sit, and we're going to call it an evening. As always, friends, thank you all for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. I even appreciate you trolls out there that came in just to give me crap. I'll see you guys.